Good morning, or afternoon, or I guess good evening. Depends on where you are in the world. Time zones. They will they'll fuck you up, you know? For me it's morning. Alright. I should sit upright, shouldn't I? Here we go. Hey, what's up, Wilo Gamer Pro? How are you? You doing well? Hanging in there? Hopefully you are the first one. Yep, you are indeed. Hello, Stux. How are you? Good to see you, man. I'm doing well. Yeah, doing good. What are you doing? I'm working. I'm about an hour and a half or so into my workday. Coding? I am coding, but I'm doing it for work. So I'm right now I'm working on some automated tests using TypeScript and Playwright. But I won't be actually let me put the chat on screen. I won't be showing that on screen because that's work related. I guess I should ask you guys though. I guess I should be polite. What are y'all doing right now? I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. You're creating a neural network. Nice. I'm over here automating a browser, and you're creating a neural network. That's some next level. That's where the money's at. Creating neural networks. Oh, what I was saying about my dentist appointment is I have a dentist appointment tomorrow, and apparently I have a big cavity on one of my teeth, and the dentist said that it might turn into a root canal, so I'm kind of having a little bit of anxiety about that. Other than that, though, life's good. I just hate when people work on my teeth. I hate it. I hate it so much. Alright. Oh, I forgot to pin a message. Let me do that really quick. Pin. Pin message. There we go. Also, I think I'll turn up the music a little bit. I'm creating a neural network that looks a lot like the brain, human brain. Huh. So, are you the scientist in me, Stux, wants to ask you, are you very familiar with what the human brain looks like? You know? Like I always think it's funny when people liken things to human things, because then that means you have to have a pretty good knowledge of like how neural activity in the brain works, you know? But without the body function, like fine motor skills. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess. But I mean, that sounds fun. Sounds like a challenging thing to try to accomplish. Not at all. I'm just searching stuff about the brain. Ah, nice. Google for the win. Google foo skills. Oh man, my allergies are just whooping my butt this month. Seems like today might be a pretty chill stream, huh? I have to be careful or I'm gonna forget that I'm on stream. It's there's it's like back in the beginning when there's nobody here besides me. Neural networks like the ChatGPT use the normal ones, so I can't teach itself. It doesn't have short-term memory, long-term memory, personality, navigation, etc. But mine will. I'll send you a Discord message with all the things. Okay, I guess so. Stux. I guess I'm just like I'm skeptical that like it seems like if people could build a neural network like you just described, it seems like you wouldn't be the first person to do it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think you can have a neural network that has long-term memory. I don't think that's a feature that you can like just add to a neural network. You know what I mean? I mean, ambitious project. I'm just skeptical of the feasibility. No, I'm not the first one. Oh, so people have done this before? This is something people do. They create machine learning models with personality and long-term memory. I don't even know how the long-term memory would work. You have a neural network yourself and you can remember things, right? Well, to say that my brain is a neural network is not a correct way to frame that question. Um, like my brain is far more complex than the human brain is far more complex than a neural network. Human memory is far more complex than a neural network. So I don't know. I guess I'm skeptical. I don't know how you would. Neural networks are a byproduct of training on data. So I'm not sure how you would. I'm going to combine all the things because they create only a part. Okay, well, I guess yeah, just I guess share what you're thinking in Discord because like to me it doesn't seem totally like maybe we're on the same page. But I'd love to try to understand. Tyler. What's up, Tyler? How are you? What's your day job? So, actually, if you just go, you can actually creep on my professional history. If you go to linkedin.stephenfreeborn.com, you can connect with me there. But my day job is quality engineer. So I work at a software company. We make a SaaS offering, a web-based SaaS offering, and my job is primarily manual and automated testing for that web application. It's a good gig. I like it. The difference between your neural network and an artificial neural network is just scale. Yeah, I don't think that's a correct statement, Stux. Yeah, I don't. I mean, neural networks loosely model neurons in the brain, but they don't like to say my human intelligence is powered by a neural network is not like it's not an accurate statement in my opinion. I'm looking at your Discord message right now, Stux, at the moment. So you're basically taking structures, human anatomies, human structures from the brain, and you're trying to map them onto something you're going to code in your neural network. I mean, yeah. So large. I mean, I'm not trying to like throw shade at you. I'm just saying this largely looks like something ChatGPT spit out that is describing basically the big parts of the central nervous system, like the large important structures of the central nervous system. Yeah, there's not really a way to directly map any of this into a neural network. Like none of these structures map to something that you would just code. Like I took human anatomy and physiology in college. I have a degree in biochemistry. So like I'm familiar with the structures that are listed here as well as the definitions. But to say that somehow you're going to recreate all this with a neural network is just not accurate. I mean, I think it's ambitious. Like you should definitely. I don't want to discourage you. I just don't. If it was really possible for people in the machine learning field to actually simulate human intelligence, to simulate what the human brain does, we'd have AGI. Call me Frey. Absent, bro? What do you mean, call me Frey? What do you mean? Absent, bro. Yasir, hi bro, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. Me and Stux are just discussing his neural network project, and I'm writing some TypeScript in the background. Do you know how a neural artificial network works? Well, I mean, a neural network is just layers. I mean, it's a machine learning model that is essentially it's like and that's why they call it a neural network, because it's like a system of connected neurons, right? Like it's an approximation. They're not actually neurons. But these are just like layers, a machine learning model that has been trained with back propagation and to build up these layers where it basically encodes patterns through a lot of matrix multiplication. Artificial neural networks can learn basically anything. Can learn basically everything. What I'm saying is, while I do believe that you can train neural networks to do cool, complex things, that doesn't mean that you can recreate all the structures of the human brain and how they work together in a neural network. Do you think you can know someone's gender just by looking at someone's eyes? I don't know if I could, but I'm guessing what you're going to say is you can train a neural network to do that. Which, yes, that's what neural networks are exceptional at. They basically encode patterns, right, in their layers. They're the ability to take an input and output some prediction across a probability distribution. But that doesn't mean that they're. I mean, this is just where we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I just don't think that neural networks can be used to simulate the human brain. If they could, if they could do that, we wouldn't be having a discussion about whether AGI was possible or when or if AGI was going to be discovered. It had already been done, right? So I'm just skeptical that you, a person in my YouTube chat, have somehow come up with a way to recreate the functions of the human brain in a neural network. Tyler, I'm taking a quality assurance and software testing class for our group project. We have to do a report on a testing tool. Got any recommendations? What kind? Like, so what kind? Do they give examples of testing tools? Like, are they looking for things like Postman or, yeah, like what kind of tool? Like, what tools are they looking for? Because I would say do it over Playwright. That's my favorite testing framework or testing library right now for at least for doing browser automation. Um, but if they need something that's more like like software, like a piece of software, it is done by people, but just in pieces. I'm merging everything and giving my own twist to it. Yeah, Stux, I just don't. First of all, if it is being done by people, like that's a claim, so I don't agree with that. I don't think it is being done by people. Um, and so you're somehow gonna take work being done by leading experts in fields and stick them all together. I'm not trying to throw shade on you. I'm just skeptical. That's all. I'm just skeptical that someone in my YouTube chat can somehow amalgamate all the learnings and expertise of the best people in the machine learning field and come up with something that simulates how the actual brain works or how human intelligence works. But it sounds like a fun project, so definitely take it on, man. And I mean, obviously, like, prove me wrong, right? Like, if if you actually come up with something that approximates AGI and human intelligence, then if for example, if you build a neural network that has the ability to have long-term memory or even short-term memory, that's groundbreaking. These are things that even uh, ChatGPT, Anthropic, they struggle to do with their models. So I would love to hear about your breakthroughs. How do you... I'm not creating a superhuman brain, of course, but I'm creating a system with an instinct of getting as much information as possible and creating as much systems as possible to create a hive mind, so I don't have to train the entire thing myself. Yeah, I just... I don't think that's how it works, Stux. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that's... But I think sounds like a really fun project. You seem super excited about it, and I wish you all the best, man. Hey, Artwork Studios, how are you? Sorry, I missed your messages. It'd be a pain to train yourself, Stux. Yeah, I mean, most people don't even have most people can't. Most of us, we couldn't have, like, for example, to recreate an LLM that you guys use from Anthropic or ChatGPT, you don't even have the data or the money required to pay for the compute to do that. I mean, you can definitely develop small machine learning models, right? Small neural networks, right, that aren't as generalized. But yeah. Anyways, any testing tool is fine, but Postman is super common now. Everyone knows it already. What tool did you just mention? I didn't catch it. Oh, so this is I guess you'd call this a framework or a library. It's called Playwright. Here, I'll put the link in the chat. It's called Playwright. So it basically provides an API for automating a web browser through code. And I think they have a Node API. They have they have a Node API, they have a Python API, a Java API, and a .NET API. So you can use any of those languages to automate a web browser. Are you working on any projects? Like right now? Right now, no. But just in general, I still have that Stream Shorts thing that I need to work on. I want to put a GUI on it. Last week we started looking at the Stripe API, and I want to continue on looking at that. Um, and then I'm still trying to learn Go. So those are kind of like, I guess, my projects at the moment. Hello, Pablo. How are you? That's why it creates a hive mind, and it finds info itself, and it takes over devices. I'm not saying it is possible, of course, but I'm just trying. Yeah, go for it, Stux. Go for it. I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be right back. One sec. My allergies are kicking my ass. I'll look in. Oh yeah, for sure, Tyler. Yeah, that's There's also tools like Selenium. Selenium is a similar tool. Cypress is a similar testing tool. I prefer Playwright myself. Oh, a Chrome extension. I'd like to make a Chrome extension. I'm making a Chrome extension, which is basically extra help for clipboard-based tasks. Interesting. Very cool. See you, Stux. I went to blow my nose. September allergy season here in September has been really kicking my butt. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah, it's out. I was fine in August. Like August was fine, but September is just whew. Yeah. Spring, yeah, spring. The big change of season. So when we go from summer to fall or spring to summer, me and my oldest son, man, we get drilled. Drilled. I hate it too. It's like there's nothing you can really do. I mean, we take allergy medicine every day, but other than just like hide out indoors, but that's not really feasible. Here in Malaysia, it's always allergy season. Oh, I can't live in Malaysia then. Oh boy. Mostly because it's always sunny, and if it snows, the north and south are doomed. Yeah, I mean, I think allergy season here in the States is more like kind of what Pablo described. Whenever seasons change, like you have like the trees losing their leaves or flowers blooming, and there's just really high pollen counts in the air. Um, like especially where I live in the Midwest, like in the Midwest of the United States, you get all the seasons, right? So you get spring, summer, fall, right? You go through all four seasons. Now, in other climates, if you live on like the West Coast or you live on like the East Coast, typically they don't really experience the same, what do I want to say, the same, like the contrast between their seasons isn't as significant, you know? Uh, so I just picked a really bad place in the United States to live, given I have allergies. I should blame my parents. I mean, I didn't choose where to be born. That's, my parents. Although now that I'm adult, I am choosing to stay here. So I guess I can only blame myself. That is something I think about all the time, though. Of all the places to live in the world, I don't know why I live in Kansas. Not that there's anything wrong with Kansas. It's just there's a lot of cool places to live. I don't like this song. Tanner said, "Bro, why you like the guy who is so decent, but later in the movie we find out that he is a psycho killer?" Well, I'm not. I'm not a psycho killer. So that won't happen. That will not be the plot, the storyline, or the plot to my movie. I moved very far from where I was born. Ah, nice. Pablo was gonna point that out. So, Pablo, how far did you move? Like, are we talking hours? Are we talking days? Like, are you a multi-day trip back home type of thing? I don't get why some guys come to tropical countries for the weather, to be honest, because when it's not raining, you'll get a sunburn. But just imagining going outside. Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. Sorry, I figured you guys didn't want to listen to me blowing my nose, so I stepped off screen. Let's see. But pick the place where pollen can kill me. 20 hours or so? Oh, wow. Yeah, you did move far away, Pablo. Bite Slayer, how long are you live today? I'll probably be live for another 30-ish minutes on this stream, and then I'll be back this afternoon for an afternoon lunchtime stream for about an hour or so. I think we'll pick up where we left off with the Stripe API this afternoon. Um, Basically, we're following a tutorial in their documentation where you build like a custom checkout page. So that'll be what I do this afternoon on stream. Creatives, hello creatives, how are you? Would you live in New York or LA? If I had to pick, it'd be New York. I wouldn't want to live in LA. The traffic, like the sprawl of LA, I'm not really. That doesn't appeal to me. But like New York City appeals to me. Like living like if you could live in the city, like have an apartment, have things that are all within like walking distance. Neither city though appeal to me because they're very costly to live in. Like really, really costly to live in. Hey Steven, are you sick? Oh wait, yeah, allergies. Yeah, not sick, but yeah, definitely allergies. Hey, what's up, Ducky Dev? How are you? I'm in a tutoring session and I can't listen to the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, pay attention in your tutoring session. You want to get your money's worth. Ooh, public holiday, nice. As a non-American, I'd personally like Delaware. I've never been to Delaware. Yeah, I've never been there. Seems like a decent place, you know? Actually, I haven't been to a majority of the states in the United States. I've been to California, which is kind of crazy. Like I've lived in, I live in the United States and I haven't seen all the states in this country. I would guess that's pretty common though, right? Like most people probably don't travel much within their own country. I would guess most people don't travel, period, you know? Heard it's a nice place. Ohio is also beautiful. Yeah, I've not been to either of those states. Well, I take that back. I've been to Sandusky, Ohio. I went to Sandusky, Ohio for a work trip for like 3 or 4 days for a training. It wasn't really vacation related, so what I saw was fine. I mean, it just looked. I mean, that's the thing. It's like a lot of places in the United States, they look, for the most part, pretty similar. You know, you kind of have to go out of your way to find like unique climates or unique points of interest. Oh boy. Did you guys see the Meta's gonna release some new smart glasses this week? I'm kind of like, we bought the Oculus, or not, I guess not Oculus. It's the Meta Quest 3. We bought that last year. And so I'm kind of bought in on this like AR technology. It's just obviously the Meta Quest is not a form factor that you can actually wear in your day to day. But I mean, the moment that there's technology in smart glasses that lets me replace my watch and my phone and my AirPods, like count me in. I would much rather just wear a pair of glasses. Yeah, they look cool. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's like count me in. Like I want like the Meta Quest functionality in the frames, like the smaller, like the Ray-Ban style frames. And I know there's some limitations there, like when it comes to like battery life and processing power and whatnot. But if we ever get to that point, sign me up. Would love to try them and develop. Yeah, which it's funny because if I'm such a believer in the technology, I really should probably figure out how to build things for it. Are any of you guys going to upgrade to the new iPhone? I've been kind of thinking about getting a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold. I kind of want to experience what a folding phone's like. Sabah in Sarawak is separated by 370, 430 miles, so yeah, I can't visit. Oh wow. Yeah, that's super big. Malaysia's a pretty big country, huh? Yeah, but I feel like the Ray-Bans are more in line with what you can wear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why it's like if they're gonna replace all your other devices that you carry around every day, it needs to be something you can wear and not look like a crazy person. I have an S25 FE. Very happy with it. I have an S23. My work phone currently is S23, which I got 2 years ago. And yeah, no complaints there either. Nah, sticking with my current one. Big upgrade from my last phone already. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna upgrade either. I have a 14. I think I'll hold out a little longer. My wife has a 13, and she's been complaining about the battery life in hers, so maybe she'll upgrade. I honestly don't know, but I mean, Apple products always look great. You know what I mean? They just always look enticing. Huh. Wow, a little CSS can really make a site slash Chrome extension not look so bad. Yes. Yes. It is unbelievable how much of yeah, it's unbelievable how much of our experience on the web is really good CSS, or maybe not really good CSS, but just some CSS, right? I that's actually one of the things I usually do with like a website. If I'm building a website or building a front end, is I'll usually start with the structure, right? Like a lot of forms, for example. Like if I have some like a forms over data situation, I'll usually start with a form, right? No styling, just like what are the controls I need, need a button to submit it or edit it or whatever action. And it looks ugly. And then you throw some flex, throw the flex box on it, add a little padding, add a little border radius, and all of a sudden you're like, this is a good looking form. Uh, but yeah, it's just yeah, CSS. It's important. It's an important skill. Or you could just have V0 write all your front end code now. Creatives. Do you start with divs or semantic elements? So I always try to use semantic elements. If I've got a form, there's a form tag. If I've got a, if I'm presenting information, uh, like if I've got a blog post, I try to use an article tag with sections, right? Although, so if you can, if there's something better than a div, then I use the thing that's better than a div. But sometimes, a div suits. I'm doing some graphs right now, and they are responsive, so they use some CSS wizardry. Yeah, a lot. I'm guessing some media queries, maybe. Pablo? Have you seen the There's a new, what is it, container queries? I haven't used them, but I watched a syntax episode where they talked about container queries, and that seems pretty cool. That seems like you could do some really cool wizardry, CSS wizardry with those. Hey, Stefan, you're not late, man. You're right on time. A wizard is neither late nor early. He arrives exactly when he means to. I finally found an IT sector that I would like to work in. Okay, I want to hear it. Are you setting up a joke though? It kind of sounds like you're setting up a joke. But yeah, I'd love to hear it. Pablo, they are Flexbox magic. Could have used container queries, but too new. Yeah, they're only supported. They're not supported everywhere, right? Can I use? Let's see. Container CSS container query units. Oh, looks like they are supported. Looks like in Safari. Let's see. Chrome, Safari, Firefox. Oh, so I guess they are kind of. I guess they are pretty well supported. But yeah, they are pretty new. They are fairly. Yeah, it looks like I was on caniuse.com. That's where this is the site I always. I don't know about you guys. This is the site I always use whenever I'm like, hey, can I use this feature? This is what I use caniuse.com. I wonder how much that domain cost them. Seems like that would be kind of expensive. Stefan, not a joke. Embedded systems. Oh, very cool. So like that would be like you're probably writing C or C++ or Rust. Today I talked about it with someone who works in it, and it's exactly what I would like to do. The only sector that's not boring to me. Well, that's exciting, Stefan. Well, I'm glad, man. I'm glad you feel like you found some direction. I like that I can actually work with hardware and also design it. Yeah. I mean that you're right at the you're kind of right at the interface of like hardware and software, right? I think that sounds awesome, man. Embedded systems programming makes me feel big brain. Yeah, it whenever I hear people talk about embedded systems, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go play with my CSS and JavaScript. You guys have fun doing the real programming. Big demand and salaries are good? Heck yeah, Stefan. Let's go. Sounds like you found something to study for, huh? Another big plus, embedded systems are also pretty important automotive industry as well. And you know I like my cars. Yeah, I would imagine embedded systems are important in a lot of industrial applications, you know? Like automotive obviously, right? You can think of all the chips that go into a car nowadays, right? Someone's got to write all the firmware and software. I've just never the thing is I've just never written any code like that, so I don't even know what the developer experience would be like, you know, or what the day-to-day would look like for something like that. But I'm sure it'd be very interesting. What do you think I should add to my extension? What was your extension for? Something to do with copying and pasting, right? It was something for clipboard. Clipboard Pro is the name, by the way. Um, I think it would be. I think one of the things that would be helpful. I know there are already some tools out there, but one thing might be helpful is like a history, right? So people can see what things were in their clipboard. Might be helpful. Or maybe like you could do like people can set up different shortcuts that allow them to copy things into different clipboards, right? So they could have like they could copy 3 or 4 different things with 3 or 4 different uh, keyboard shortcuts. That might be kind of cool. With that knowledge, you can make or fix anything you need. Yeah, probably. When it comes to hardware and software, right? If you understand the hardware and you understand the software, you could probably do just about whatever you wanted. Yo, body. You, Beatty. I'm not sure how to say your username. Yo, what's up, brother? I'm good. What's up with you? How's your Tuesday going? It's something that I feel like learning it and putting time into it is not just waste of time. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad. Yeah, it's good to find stuff like that. You know? It helps when you can like orient yourself in a direct. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, camera? I don't know why that just happened, but it did. I wonder if it's because I moved the. If it tried to focus on the monitor or something. The second one. What is. My computer is really hunting. Or my camera keeps hunting for me. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Sorry about that. What's wrong with that? I have no idea what's wrong with autofocus. I've never had that issue before with this camera. Maybe it's because I'm looking away or something. It's like, well, there's no face here for me to autofocus on anymore. Wilo Gamer. I don't know why there's no live captioning. You'd have to take it up with all those Giga Chad developers over at YouTube and Google. Although, like, just think of like how would you implement that, right? Like, that could be kind of difficult to do. Steven, you have become one with the background. It's like, hey, this guy's face looks a lot like this background color here. Yeah, it is sad stuff. What's really sad is my freaking nose is stuffed up. Ah, it's so annoying. Could be next project. Live caption? I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm just imagining like if someone was to come to me and say, "Hey, we need you to implement live captioning for streams." Well, so what? You're gonna you have this incoming video buffer. You're gonna have to read the buffer. You're gonna have to somehow split apart the audio. And then what? You're gonna have to do some sort of real-time speech to text, right? So you're gonna have to use some, Whisper, somebody's service, or if you're Google, you probably just host it internally or something. But then you'll have to stream that audio over, get the text back, and then overlay the text on this buffer that you're streaming back to the client. Because I'm streaming it up, and so then as you're sending it out to the people who want to watch, you're going to overlay that text. But all of this takes time, right? So you're going to have some amount of delay, otherwise the text is always going to be out of sync with the audio. I mean, are there services that already do this? Do you guys know? Like, does Twitch offer live captioning or anything like that? I mean, I guess TV broadcasters do it, right? TVs do it. A good thing is that nowadays phones have the function of live captions integrated. You just have to press a button. Yeah, I wonder how that works. I don't know how phones do it. I don't know how TV broadcasters do it either. Hey, what's up, Ducky Dev? Good to see you, man. What kind of keyboard you actually use? I can send you the Amazon link. I have a couple. I have like 3 or 4 different mechanical keyboards. Nothing like crazy, you know. Uh, I got all of them pretty much on Amazon for when they were on sale. This is probably my favorite though. This is a Yunsi. Let me get the link. Copy link. Let's see, at Umito. There you go. That's probably my favorite one. I got this one back in December on sale. Looks like it's still on sale for $66. I like it. Just delay the output of video. Yeah, I would imagine that's what you'd have to do, right? I mean, there's going to be some amount of processing, so you're going to have a delay. Maybe they imprison someone in a cellar somewhere, furiously typing the subtitles live. Oh man, that would just be, to find that out would just be horrible, wouldn't it? Oh, that's terrible. Stefan, I plan on building myself a 6x6 Docile Manuform keyboard. Only thing I need is to print the case and get diodes. Everything else I have. Well, that sounds like an awesome project. What's a 6x6 keyboard though? I don't. 6x6 split keyboard. Oh, does that just refer to like the rows? Or the number of keys? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. The number of keys per row or something. I wonder why they call it 6x6 layout. Because I guess you have 6x6 keys per split. Manually wiring all the switch. Well, that sounds like it's right up your alley, though, if you're going into embedded systems, Stefan. Sounds like you better get comfortable with hardware. Sounds like a perfect project. No, search by 6x6 dactyl. Dactyl 6x6 dactyl. Oh, so that's where like you've got keys below here. Is that what the dactyl means? You got like keys for your thumbs. Oh, and it's also like in what's the word, concave or convex, where like the keys are recessed. Is that really comfortable to type on? God, that looks horribly uncomfortable. But I've never used it, so. It's super comfortable, huh? I guess I'll have to give it a try. You know? It's made to follow the shape of your hands. Huh. I wonder why. For some reason, the it doesn't seem like it would follow the shape of my hands, but like I said, I just need to try it. Shumito, are they better for Neovim split keyboards? I mean, I don't know, but Stefan swears by them. And I know like the Primeagen uses a specific kind of split keyboard. And I know like Lex Friedman uses I think it's a Kinesis, but it's not a split keyboard, but it has that kind of like recessed key layout with the thumb buttons. So it sort of has like the split keyboard layout, but it's a single unified keyboard. And I think it's a Kinesis. I think that's the name of the brand. But I've never tried it, so I could not tell you. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off for the day. I'll be back this afternoon to try to figure out how to work with the Stripe API a little bit more. So, if you're around and you see me, drop in, say hello. Otherwise, hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. If it's Wednesday for you, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Stefan, I shall see you. Shumito, see you. Artwork Studios, see you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me. All right, y'all. Bye. See you guys.